How's it going?
How's everything going with you, man?
I'm good. Just
It's
hanging
nice
in
to
there.
meet you. It's nice to meet you. I'm
Yeah, nice to meet
Jess,
you.
and I'm excited to have this interview with you, man. I'm listening to your music. Wow, dude, like you really know how to tell a story.
Thanks.
Like, man, I was listening to this song and I was so deep, you know what I mean? Like it means a lot to hear Life's a Ride, you know what I mean? But you describe it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes from really just watching experiences, and it's not necessarily what happened to me, but just started sitting, being the fly on the wall and observing things.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. How's everything going? How are you handling quarantine?
I'm good. I'm just staying in. I have gone out a couple times to protest, but other than that,
Okay.
staying in, doing everything from home.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Me too. Me
Yeah,
too. Been in the house for quite a while.
starting to get a little stir crazy, right?
Yeah, just a little bit, it's like starting to get nice out and it's like, man, I really want to be outside.
Yeah.
But
It's,
go ahead.
you're seeing people outside, and you're like, I don't know.
I know. I'm like, I don't know if this is worth it.
Yeah.
But man, I'm glad to have you here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining the sesh. If
Of
you're not
course.
smoking for you.
Yeah.
Um so I asked you here because I really want to know what inspired you to start creating music.
Um, well, kind of just life in general. I mean, I started when I was younger. There was like a diss record when we were kids, and then we just kind of fooled around and made a bunch of back and forth crappy diss records together, and then I just sort of kept going with it and had stuff to talk about.
That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome. Diss tracks, huh?
yeah. I mean, it was like when we were younger, so it was a bunch of stupid stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't even remember what it was about.
Oh, for sure, for sure. No, I get that. So that means like, how long have you been making the music?
Probably 10 years now.
Jeez, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
But
great.
I started going like more legit around this year, putting out like an official EP and stuff like that. Before it was like going
See.
on YouTube and bullshitting for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I seen that. I seen your album. What's the name of the album?
It's called Therapy.
Therapy.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I peeped it on Spotify. I definitely added you. Thought it was pretty lit. But MCG the rapper, man.
yeah.
MCG. I appreciate that name. It's really
Thank you.
simple.
It's just my initials.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
See?
that's all it is.
Yup, yup. Man, so is there like an inspiration like rapper that you watched growing up that you were like, man, this is what I want to do when I get older or what?
No, I mean, I was into music, but just kind of passive.
Yeah.
I mean, you have like your rappers you like and stuff. Like I like Childish Gambino, Tyler the Creator, those guys, the
Yeah.
oddballs kind of people. But I didn't really think of it being a career kind of thing.
Okay.
Like it's still sort of a hobby. Like I have a day job and everything, but
Yeah. Don't we all, man?
yeah,
Gotta be able to put this music out but afford to eat, bro.
exactly,
I get you. I get you. Man, well, that's great. It's good that this is something that you use as therapy, I imagine.
exactly. It's my
Because
little outlet,
that's
and
cool.
hopefully other people can relate to it, and enjoy it. That's the goal.
I know I really do. I'm hoping everybody that, checks out this video in the future and now that they check out your music, you know what I mean? Like, where can they find you if they were looking to find your music?
Oh, it's everywhere. It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all the Google Play, and all the other low tier streaming services. I don't know. It's just everywhere.
That's dope. That's dope. And it's
Yep.
always going by MCG. The rapper's MCG.
MCG the rapper. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. That's awesome. That's
That's
awesome.
the full name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, but it makes better sense too, like, cause it's like they won't confuse it with if someone else comes out with like MCG.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's cool. That's cool. Where are you coming to us live from today?
Oh, I'm from Jersey, Central Jersey by the shore. So,
Wow, man. You
yeah.
been there your whole life?
Yep. Yep. Same town my whole life.
That's cool.
Just,
You ever been to Seattle?
no. the
Oh,
furthest the furthest west I've been was Texas. So,
oh, okay, okay. I've never been to Texas either. I always wanted to go.
yeah. I want to go to Cali though.
Oh, you
Gotta
should.
go to
That's
Cali.
where I'm from. I'm from San
Oh,
Francisco,
sweet. That's awesome.
little city by the bay. It's really cool, but bring a sweater because it gets foggy.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, unless you go to LA and it's hot, you know what I mean? But it's pretty foggy in the Bay.
Yeah, definitely two places I want to check out for sure.
For sure, for sure. Have you ever done any shows before?
No, unfortunately, my EP came out during COVID, so
Okay.
it would have been my first show if things were normal.
Oh, no,
But
I get
hopefully
that.
after, things clear up, I can start doing some shows. That'd be pretty
That's
dope.
neat. That'd
Yeah.
be lit. That'd be lit. I'm making some connections to hopefully bring some artists out here. I don't know if that would ever interest you. We'll talk more about it
Oh
deeply.
yeah. Yeah,
But
definitely let
I'm
me know.
trying to bring artists out here from everywhere, and that'd be a chance to come out and actually have a huge crowd, a show that would be, really, really lit.
Yeah, it sounds awesome, honestly.
Yeah, no, I know. I really can't wait to do it. I know that Seattle needs some positivity right now. We're going through a little bit of things, so
Oh,
I don't know if you've heard what's going on this side of the water, but yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. Pretty
no,
crazy
what's
stuff.
going on in Seattle?
They basically took over the East Precinct. Like, so one part of town, like maybe stretching about 6 or 7 blocks, they just took it over. All the people, there's no cops there. They
Oh,
basically like ran them out of their own station. There's I don't know how they did it. I guess there's just too many cops. There are
yeah, I
too
guess I
many
can't
people for
regulate
the
too many
too many
people.
people for the cops to be able to handle. So yeah, it's called the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, more, I guess, recognizably known as Capitol Hill Organized Protest. So that's what's going on out here, and it's wild. Like our mayor, is not handling it all that well, but
Of
I'm really
course.
hoping like they don't like send the cops in there and hurt innocent people.
Yeah. I mean, the protest is a good thing, but like sometimes it's definitely getting out of hand. I don't know.
It,
Some
yeah,
crazy shit.
no one innocent should be hurt, and that's just it's just really sad. But it'd be amazing to bring some positivity out here after all this is,
Yeah, after this. So,
hopefully moving and progressing forward and change, but also after the COVID, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because that's
this
one
it's been a
thing.
rough year for sure.
It's been a rough year. I definitely just want the COVID to be over.
Yeah,
Everything
understand
else,
that.
I mean, I'm digging it. I'm digging the vibes and the energy from people and being hyped. And I mean, you went out to protest yourself. What did you see?
Uh, the ones I went to were peaceful. Luckily,
Good.
things didn't get crazy. We marched the streets and people talked and had their speeches. It was awesome.
That's
Definitely
awesome.
positivity.
That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, it was like a war zone here for like part of the week, and then all of a sudden it's not. So hopefully it could stay peaceful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. Well, this is the part of the show where I play some of your music and I ask you what inspired you to make that music.
Okay.
Um, we live in life a little randomly, just like in 2020. So I'm going to pick something off of your album and let me know if you can hear it okay. This is MCG, the rapper, everybody. If you smoking, light up, check it out.
I'm with my niggas. We like to party. 10 toes down. Looking for some parties. Keep your eyes out, cause I got this. My moves like the jellyfish in SpongeBob crib. And we terrific. Only way to live. And we talking shit so much that it's legit. Like I'm fighting conquer deep down in the pits. And we eating good, talking turkey with the grits. And I stay higher than rich girls than salaries. I don't count calories, I eat raw batteries. And I stay charged like you hit me with the case. I take that soup one and go to a different place. Nigga, I'm turning up. We turning up. We turning up. I don't care if you're down. We going up. We going up. And tonight, we doing what we want. Yeah, fuck it up. Yeah, fuck it up. Yeah, we turning up. We turning up. We turning up. I don't care if you're down. We going up. And tonight, we doing what we want. Yeah.
Hey, okay. Tell me a little bit about that song, man.
So that part, well, the album is kind of like a little story. So that's the part of like the comeback part where you're like, even though, I don't know, things might be crazy, things might be down, you still have to turn up, still have to have some fun.
It definitely is vibey, man. I
Yeah.
love it. I love the way. Did you produce your own instrumentals or anything like that?
No, I don't actually. I just
That's
spend
that.
hours on YouTube scouring
Really
beats and stuff. Yeah.
nice, nice, man. Well, I dig that song, man. And you know what? I do want to play a part from this other song that we had in the intro too, because actually that's the story one that I was digging a lot.
Hmm.
I do want to ask you about a part in that song. Let me see. Let me see. There we go. He cheated once and he gonna cheat again. Fuck around and he's gonna fuck your friend. They both banged and they go home. They're about to meet each other, but they drive alone. Swinging back and forth like a metronome. Together alone like a fusion phone. We gone more, but the motherfucking life that's gone. They suck like glue, but they really should be moving on. Kiss on the cheek like everything's sweet. She knew for a while, now she trying to eat. You can work really hard, but it might not work out. Gotta keep your eyes up, keep that look out. Put a screen when it light up like, oh hell. Got the emphasis, feeling that someone. She gave a fuck about everyone but the one that she should have. Now her husband's gone, no more of that good love. Damn. That's a real heavy song for some people that actually go through, the motions. uh,
Yeah.
People. So I wanted to ask you, like I hear your flows and I hear the precision in like the words that you choose. How does that process, how do you go about using that process to write your songs? Like, do you just go off the top or do you just kind of like, man, like this is what I want to put on the page, all in a flow?
In a I don't know, in a flow wise, I kind of just, it has to sound good to me. Like
Yeah.
I say it and I, take some words out, put some words back in. But in terms of that song, I was just watching like Maury and shit like that, where like you see the crazy stories and stuff like that. I just kind of looked like how would that play out in a night, like
Yeah.
with both people being in like cheating and stuff like that, and kind of just built a story around that.
That's
So it's not based
actually
on.
pretty smart, Like I've never watched Jerry Springer and I was like, I should really, you know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
have
I
some
mean those
great,
shows are crazy.
they are crazy. And you're absolutely right. I guess like the story you're telling makes sense because I guess at the end of that they could end up on that stage. So
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad you wrote a song like that where it kind of like pertains to, hey, there we go, D boy. Dope. That's D rolling
Homies
right there.
coming through.
Coming through. We got some people coming through. I appreciate y'all. What's up? But anyways, what I was saying was, is I really appreciate the way you had flowed with that because like it reminded me of like Ludacris. You ever heard Ludacris's song? You know how he has some stories in his songs.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Really, really took me back to that because he had wrote a song that was just like, man, and that place where it took me. That was amazing.
Oh, you think about Runaway Love with
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige?
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly that.
definitely a good story song.
That was an excellent story song, and I listened to this and I was like, holy shit! Like, so I
Nice
appreciate
to be
that.
compared to Ludacris.
I mean, that's
That's awesome.
that's how I see it. I don't see, celebrity or fame or anything like that. I see flow and storytelling. Like that to me is amazing because I love words. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like when you have that passion for words, it shows in your flow.
yeah.
Like
Wordplay is definitely
awesome
important.
way. Yup, yup. Um, so yeah, man, are you gonna be making new music soon?
Yeah. Actually, after this, I found a beat that I like, so I'm gonna start writing.
There we go.
Um, Most of my time now is trying to push this out though to more people.
Okay,
But yeah, definitely more music eventually.
that's good. That's good. How are you staying inspired during quarantine?
Oh, there's plenty of stuff to be inspired by, all the protests and all that stuff, and everyone's life,
Yeah.
all the news and stuff. It's endless.
Yeah, that makes perfect
I'll
sense.
find something.
All right. That does make sense. That does make sense. And one of my, last questions to everybody is, and I know you said it's a hobby for sure. I know you said it's a hobby.
Yeah,
But if your music could ever take off somewhere, how far would you like your music to take you?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I would handle fame, honestly. I don't know if I would be the person that get like 8 mansions or just like disappear. I would
Yeah.
I would like people to hear it and enjoy it. I want everyone to enjoy it, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, he's a realist. I appreciate that too. Keeping it real. Like, it can go where it can go, but you just love your craft, and I appreciate that. And, your new fans like me, I appreciate that.
Awesome. Glad
Yeah.
you appreciate it. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, yeah, I really do, like I definitely try to pay attention to the artists and what I appreciate the most about them before we do this because, I can't just sit here and be like, oh yeah, you're great. Who does that? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you got to be real. You got to have some type of like, what do you like about it? And like I rap as well, not that great, but I mean I
Okay.
freestyle, so
Get the collab going.
yeah, yeah. I got a lot going in my mind when I hear your music, and that inspires me to keep it going.
That's awesome. Yeah, keep going too. Got to keep the dream alive for sure.
Gotta keep it going, man. Gotta keep it going. Well, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. I hope you had fun. Shout
Yeah,
out to MCG the rapper, man.
thank you.
All right, dude. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day and tap in with me another day, okay?
For sure. All right.
Sure.
Later.
Later, man. Take it easy. There we go. Look at that. I'm gonna listen to your music. Yup. Yup.